What's going on, guys? My name is Dexter Darden. You may know me from the Maze Runner series or Saved by the Bell, or more recently, Fight Night with Kevin Hart and Samuel L. Jackson and Don Cheadle. And you're watching FaceTime with Todd Wharton.
Hey, I'm singer-songwriter Hayes Warner, and you're watching FaceTime with Todd Wharton.
From Times Square in New York City, it's FaceTime with Todd Wharton. With special guest, Dexter Darden. And musical guest, Hayes Warner. And now, here is your host, Todd Wharton.
FaceTime with Todd Wharton. I'm your man, your host, Todd Wharton. Now, let's get into it. Just recently here in New York City, Brooklyn Academy of Music was the host to the 2024 WNBA draft, and the buzz was on. The celebrities were out to witness number one draft pick, Caitlin Clark, who was selected by the Indiana Fever. Now, you know what? That's not actually the story that everybody's talking about right now. The story that we're all buzzing about is her salary that she was given. Caitlin Clark was given a 4-year deal of $330,000 roughly, where she's going to be making in her first year $76,000. Now, you know what? That's a slap in the face. I work in the restaurant industry, and I know managers that make that type of salary. And let me tell you something. What Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA and other sports as well is pretty much comparison to what Michael Jordan has done to the NBA. And on top of that, Victor Wembanyama, who got selected to the Spurs in 2023 as the number one draft pick, his salary on a 4-year deal was $50 million. And the first year he gets $12 million. It doesn't exactly add up. So you know what? I just want to let all the players know in the WNBA, if your career doesn't last that long, you will always have a home and a job at Applebee's. Guys, we're going to have a great show for you tonight. From the star of the feature film, Half Baked, Hollywood actor, my man Dexter Darden is going to be in the house. And then later on, people's emerging artists to watch out for. Hayes Warner is going to be here performing a hit song, Breadcrumbs, right here on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. So guys, stick around, and we'll be right back after these messages.
There is a world beyond our world. A world that only exists when you smoke that shit. You have just entered the dumbass zone. Scene is Brooklyn. 3 people at a table. One is hungry and starving. Another one speaks, stutters. We call him 2 times. And the third thinks he's smarter than everybody else. This is a situation when dumbasses smoke the wrong type of weed.
Where's my Cheetos? My Cheetos?
What the hell you doing? What the hell you doing?
You forgot his Cheetos.
Who took my Cheetos? Damn!
Give me my biscuit back. Give me my biscuit back.
Screen doors on submarines.
2 times you took my Cheetos.
Take your damn Cheetos. Some of my bitch. Some of my bitch.
I want my Cheetos, man!
I got your Cheetos. Your Cheetos and these. You get some of these?
Go 2 times. You ever have sex with your woman and she thinks you're done and you hit her 2 times in the eye?
Yo, let me get my applesauce.
What's up, man? Where's my Cheetos?
Diabetes acting up. This shit is too sweet. Too sweet.
What if DOG really means cat?
DOG mean cat? DOG mean cat.
Damn!
Both of y'all are stupid son of my bitches. 2 bitches.
Chess, you got his Cheetos?
Oh yeah, ain't nothing like Cheetos after smoking that bad weed.
So welcome back to the show, everyone. So my guest tonight, you may have seen him in the Peacock TV series Saved by the Bell, the reboot. You also may have seen him in CHANG CAN DUNK, which is right now on Disney+. But right now, my man is coming here to talk about his new feature film, which is Half Baked, Totally High, which is the sequel to the critically acclaimed film starring Dave Chappelle. Guys, please welcome to the show my man, Hollywood actor, Dexter Darden. Dexter, how you doing, brother?
What's up, Todd? It's good. I'm good. I'm good. It's good to be here. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
ready for some good East Coast conversation, dog. I miss it. I miss it.
That's what we're here all about, man. We the number one show because we keep it east. But
That's
we
it.
love the West and we love the middle and we love it all about. We love the Hollywood actors like you. And speaking of the West Coast, I know in LA you guys have earthquakes, but here in New York City, we literally just had an earthquake about an hour ago. Now I got to tell you, bro, during the earthquake, I was actually having some sex.
Oh,
And
nice.
once the earthquake, yeah, man, once the earthquake hit, the girl looked up at me and she thought the blue pill kicked in. It's like, whoa.
She was like, "Oh, this pill, this rhino pill is really doing everything that I need it to do." She just all of a sudden thought she was in Jumanji. She just didn't know what to do with herself. She just lost.
She was like, oh my God. But the worst part about it was 20 seconds later, when the earthquake was over, she looked up at me and she's like, oh, we're back to this bullshit right now.
I mean, at least you weren't over in 20 seconds. It could have been way worse for you, Todd. It could have been way worse. In my mind, you won. In my mind, it's a dub for you. So
I think I'm going to be the spokesperson for Viagra. So that's just going to let them
that's
know.
good.
Hey, you
That's
want
good.
an earthquake? Viagra's your pill.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But listen, man, it's an honor to have you on the show, bro. You have a lot going on. Let's briefly recap on some of the things you did, and then we're going to talk about what's going on today. A lot
Sure.
of people know you from one of my favorite shows growing up, which is Saved by the Bell. And you were in the Saved by the Bell reboot, which actually starred Mario Lopez, I met a few times, and also Elizabeth Berkley. I got to ask you something, man. When you got this call, to be a
Yeah.
part of an iconic show. And it's not
Yeah.
just a reboot. Even though they brought back all the cast, but the two main are Mary and Elizabeth, you were put into a character in the show that there was no wrong. And I feel they casted you because in order to do a reboot on anything great, you have to have amazing actors. And that's what I saw in you when I
Thank you.
saw when you got cast. How did you feel when you got the call to be cast in the show?
I mean, it was an honor. You know what I mean? I woke up every morning and watched Saved by the Bell before I caught the bus to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Or you look forward to it on Saturdays in that rotation, whether it's the reruns or whatever. So, when you're stepping into an iconic space that has already been known and
Yeah.
cemented as something that people love and enjoy, you automatically come into it with an intention of, all right, how can I do this space honor and simultaneously make it my own? And so when I got the call to play Devante in Saved by the Bell, it was Tracy Wigfield did such a beautiful, brilliant job of not only recreating the world of Bayside, but
Yeah.
providing a sense of levity and groundedness to it that could sustain itself in the modern day age and not just that late 80s, early 90s time. And so, being a black man at Bayside was also really cool. It provided a perspective that I think we didn't know we needed, even though Saved by the Bell did such a beautiful job already in the original by being such a diverse cast, having Lisa Turtle, who was a black fashionista, and
Yeah.
Mario Lopez, who was a Mexican wrestler. They had a wide variety of cast who everybody could relate to, which made this show so beautiful. And I think the new one did that as well.
Yeah, let me tell you something. If they really wanted to, they can call the show Saved by the Cultures.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I'm
Saved by the
saying?
passport. Saved by the passport. Let me tell you, because he got a
Oh, I
whole.
loved it. Yeah. And the great thing, I think that's what you hit it on the nose. I think everybody can relate to the show because it had all the cultures in there. So we can all go through it. We didn't have the money like Zach Morris did,
Yeah.
but I think I was more the Mario Lopez. Even though I'm Italian, he's got the Latino in him. The
Yeah.
Turtle and rest in peace, Diamond, and everybody else that was on the show, Tiffany Deason. It's a great cast, and you got to learn with some heavy hitters. Now, besides another heavy hitter, you're also known from CHANG CAN DUNK, which was
Yeah.
on Disney, right?
Yeah.
It's another iconic thing. You played obviously a semi-pro basketball player. How did you like knowing that you were now on the Disney Channel, which is even better? That's great.
I was just thinking about that. Like, I got my start as a 16-year-old kid in a Disney Channel original movie called Minutemen, where I played a
Mhm.
nerd and
Yeah.
got the chance to get my life changed by the Minutemen, who went back in time and did some things to help change my current scenario in high school.
Yeah.
And getting to come back on the Disney stage and Chang Can Dunk as an adult, as a former pro basketball player, loving hoops, and also being something a part of, like we were talking about, just culturally on the nose, not just sensitive, but right.
Yeah.
Was really an honor, and Chang Can Dunk is honestly one of my favorite projects I've ever been part of because, we shot it kind of like it felt like an independent film when we were shooting it.
Yeah.
Blue Lee, he's a native New Jerseyan and from New York too. He spends a lot of time there on the East Coast. So he plays Chang. And what he did and what Jingy Shao, who wrote and directed the film, allowed us to just create a world where we could tell a story that was a true high school story from a perspective that people may not have heard of before. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
provide such accuracy with the basketball, which was a big thing for me because I'm a huge
Right.
hoop head. Was just was it was the project that I never knew I needed, because also I shot that while doing Saved by the Bell season 2. So I was playing high school and Saved by the Bell season 2, but then I'm doing Shank and Dunk where I'm playing a semi-pro ex basketball player who's a little older. And so it allowed me the opportunity to step into my manhood a little bit
Yeah.
on screen, which I had not had the chance to do yet. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. And it gave you such a high to do that. And speaking of high,
Yeah.
you're now in.
Hey, come
You
on,
like that, right?
Todd. What a
You
nice little segue.
you went from high school to Saved by the Bell. You were
Yeah.
feeling bad that you're doing Disney, and now you're in the reboot of Half Baked 2, a movie that was back in the 90s that was made huge by Dave Chappelle. You got Guillermo Diaz, and of course Jim Brewer. You got SNL cast. Amazing film. If you watch it, it was one of those films that can never die. You're in the reboot now. I believe it's out April 16th. Um,
Yes.
how did you love playing this role? Because this is oh
You know,
man, tell me about this.
when Dave has such big shoes, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? 'Cause
Oh
he's
my
such an
God.
icon. And playing Thurgood Jenkins Jr., I was so fortunate. Michael Titus directed too, and he provided again a space that paid such homage to the original because it's such an iconic cult classic.
Yeah.
We have Harlan back, right? We got Rachel True back. She plays my mom, and she was the original Mary Jane. And
That's
so
right.
having these comedic icons from the original film be a part of it, give it its stamp of approval, say we're paying honor to it, even though Dave is not a part of it.
Yeah.
I did everything in my power to be his son in the best way. So, be my own version of Thurgood. I like Thurgood Jenkins Jr. I'm my own person.
Mhm.
Dave's influence is all through me as an
Yeah.
actor and also a comedic actor because I love him. I think he's brilliant. I
Oh yeah.
think honestly the greatest stand-up comedian of my generation. Even though I'm a little later than Murphy, I didn't miss Pryor,
Yeah.
Carlin. These guys
Mhm.
were a little older than me. So
Yeah.
growing up watching Dave, it's like who is dominating the stage like him now. Of course, you got your Chris Rocks. Of course, you got your Martin Lawrences, right? You have these people, but Dave did it the way like nobody else could. And even talking to Kevin about it, like Kevin Hart, he works so
Yeah.
hard. And
Mhm.
we're currently shooting a project right now, but he works so hard in what he does, and he takes stand up so seriously in the art of it. You know what I mean? And I see how difficult it is to go out there and be such a great stand up comedian. So for Dave to be able to dominate for the amount of years that he has, both on stage and on screen, it's just an
Yeah.
inspiration. So I'm excited for people to see Half Baked too, though, man. I got to keep it real. Like
Exciting.
when you do these kind of sequels, people come into it with skepticism often and always.
Of course they
And
do.
yeah, and I think that's just yes, absolutely. And I think that's just what we're supposed to do because we hold the original in such a light that, it's hard for us to think that anything else that is following in its footsteps can be decent. But I hope
Oh
people
yeah.
come into it with fresh eyes and a new perspective. And hopefully, they have a drink or two while watching it, or maybe smoke something while watching it and understand that the comedy still bleeds through. And we got
Yeah.
Mo Storm on this one, Ramona Abisha Young on this one, like true comedic young talent who are now ready to cement themselves in this industry as well. So I'm excited for what we got coming.
Right. And I know you got Frankie Muniz, you got David Caution, I believe. You also
Yeah,
got the iconic Jeff Ross, who was like
yeah,
the
The
candy,
roast master. The
the
roast
roast master.
master.
Yes, and let me tell you something, man. If it's a sequel, you could do it the following year, the following year. This is more of a remake, and remakes are better when it's maybe 10, 20 years down the line. It is
Yeah.
considered a sequel, but to me, I'm looking at it as a remake. It's a fresh new cast. I'm sure they're going to bring back some old. But the best part about it is, I agree with you. The older eyes that originally saw the thing may be skeptic, but the newer eyes who have never seen the older, I think
Yeah.
are absolutely going to love this film. And you hit it on the nose with the comics. They're iconic. There's a reason why they say they're ahead of their time. It's because they're telling jokes that's never been heard of and that people aren't used to that made themselves blow up. I think it's harder today to be a comedian starting out because now everybody's sensitive, which my attitude is if you're sensitive, then stay your ass home. Don't go to
Yeah.
the comedy show.
Yeah. That's
Comedy's
not
about
for you.
laughing.
It's not for
Yeah,
you.
comedy is about laughing. It's about making fun of all the cultures, all the races, who you are.
Yeah.
That's what comedy is. Like when somebody makes fun of me, I'm half Italian and my father's Jewish. My ass off. You want to call me a pizza bagel? Pizza. I'll take that shit.
Damn, Todd. I'm laughing only because you said it. I wouldn't think of it. You know what I mean? But you said it. But the pizza bagels, but I used to heat them up in the toaster oven when I came home from school. So I'm on the same page.
Yeah. My attitude. Comedy is a relief from reality where we can just laugh. It
Yeah.
is the best comedy in the world. Sometimes it's a parody making fun of reality. And we
Yeah.
need that sometimes to step back, like life's too serious. Let's just have fun. So if you're too
Yeah.
sensitive, stay home and watch romantic rom-coms. If you like comedy, go see the people that you mentioned, or if they are not here anymore, watch
Yeah.
them because Collins and the Friars, man, I
I mean,
cannot get enough. And Eddie Murphy Raw, not get
Can
enough.
you can't get enough. And I mean, even like, you got Neil Brennan who wrote the original Half Baked, and he was a master with the pen when it came to writing jokes for people. And so when you think about it in that way, like you said, it's not for the sensitive, and it's not supposed to be
Oh,
insensitive. I think the greatest comics are the smartest people. And I
yep.
think the way that they can like Kev's got a special called Laugh at My Pain, which I think is so great because a
Yeah,
great comedy comes from a painful place at times. You know what I
that's
mean?
right.
And it's because we make light of situations that tend to be painful. And I
Yeah.
think that's good because then it allows us to remove the gravity that hard time that we went through has on us and allows us to find a moment of joy in it. So I think it,
Yep.
like you said, if you are too sensitive to it, then comedy's not for you. But if you don't like basketball, then don't go to a Knicks game. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
that's not
Let's
for
go
you.
next.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah. I
go
know.
next.
I'm a Simpsons fan, but I'm really excited. Jalen Brunson's from Jersey. Rick
Yep.
Brunson was the coach of Camden High, which is I'm from Camden. So I kind of got a little bit of a love hate thing for the New York Knicks because I think it's just the most iconic stadium of all time, which makes them from an iconic franchise. So
Oh yeah, definitely. Now I
yeah.
know we're gonna have to have you go soon because I know you have to go back to set. Let's hit on one more topic, guys. If you don't
Sure.
know, April 16th, video on demand. Definitely check out Half Baked
I'll give you
2.
two more. Let's get two more topics in because we spent a lot of time on you had an earthquake today in New York. So let's get into a couple more things if you want to. I do got to get
All
back,
right.
but we
All right.
got some
Let,
time.
let's shake it up. Let's shake it up. Guys, this is what the talk show is all about. We have fun.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something else. There's another role that you got casted in.
There is?
Um, listen, there is. And let me tell you something,
Oh.
man. This is predicting what your future role in Hollywood is because you're constantly being given compliments. This is what this is, bro. This is a compliment to you. Okay.
Mm,
You are cast as Muhammad Ali, right? In Fight Night series, which is on
yeah.
Peacock. Now, not only you cast in the biggest known boxer of all time, which is
Yeah.
nervous within itself.
Sure.
Your co-stars are Kevin Hart, Don Cheadle, Taraji P Henson, Samuel L. Jackson, Terrence Howard. You're talking Oscars, Emmys,
Yeah.
comedic legends, and you're now playing a role of somebody who all those people grew up looking up to. Tell
Mm.
me about this role as Muhammad Ali.
Dang, Todd, I know we're supposed to be laughing, but you almost made me get a little bit emotional with that introduction, dog.
I'm gonna give you
I
a
got
COVID hug. Can we still do
yeah,
that?
let's
A
go ahead and
COVID
do
hug.
one of these virtual squeezes. Um,
Yeah,
Man, wow. I'm a bit taken aback in the best way possible. Um, I've never, I guess because I'm still living in the world of shooting it, that it's
yeah.
hard for me to step out and see it in that way. But you did such a great job of reminding me of the greatness, and not saying I need to be reminded of Ali's greatness because I do it every day. I wake up and even after I pray, I watch the YouTube videos or I get in the mode or I go to the gym and I do my boxing and I get in the mentality of Ali, and he's just such an iconic figure that
Yeah.
he's one of those people whose name you say in one breath. It's like saying Michael Jackson, it's like saying Prince, it's like saying Madonna, it's like saying
Yeah.
Gandhi. It's like saying these names. When you say Ali, the
Yeah.
gravitas that comes with it because of the legacy that they left behind is it is and it's unconceivable because everybody has their own version of him in their mind.
Yeah.
And so, with this project produced by Will Packer and Kev, like it was such an honor. Even in the audition process, I remember when I got the audition, I was like, I didn't see myself as him originally, but I knew I loved him. I love boxing. I've always had pictures of him in my basement. I've watched, of course, every documentary, every film, every portrayal of him, and so I knew that stepping into this role would be something that would be the best challenge for me. And when you're playing somebody so great amongst such great talents, it forces you to step to a level of greatness that you didn't know existed.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's beyond waking up at 5 a.m. and doing the 5 miles at 5 a.m. It's not just the working out, it's not just the diet, it's the mentality and the belief in yourself that you can do it and that you're supposed to be doing it. My mom always says you are where you're supposed to be. And so being in this world, being with these castmates, learning from these legends, like, every day I'm just soaking it up, right? Everything that Don says, everything that Sam drops, Kev, Terrence, Taraji, even down to the David Banners, these people who are later on the call sheet who may not necessarily be with us because we're 1 through 6, we're there most of the time every day. But
Yeah.
people who come in and just cement a character or a role, and they've already done so much in my field
Mhm.
that I'm just so honored to be mentioned in the same breath. So
Yeah. And I think you're gonna knock this role out of the park. It's a phrase I use a lot, but I'm genuinely about that when I put it. And like I was saying before, look at your history, your
yeah.
building. I keep going down, but I should go this way.
Yeah, well,
Like
I have a way.
your
It's like,
building, your
yeah, I'm like,
building.
are we playing
Yeah.
Tetris? Which way
The
is it?
devil, the devil's like, come on down, brother.
Yeah, come on down. Yeah, right,
Bring
literally.
you up to God.
Guys, like, come on this way. There's an elevator that you're supposed to be on.
Or we'll make a joke. You're building from Ali and then back down to where Kevin Hart's at. This way.
You know what? Kev would actually laugh at that. Kev would laugh at that. He would laugh at that.
But
Because the one thing
yeah, I
he's not
mean,
shy about is how small he is. So that's true.
no, well, I think the best part about Kevin and his relationship with The Rock, they're such generally great friends, and they realize that we're not perfect. So let's make fun of whatever society feels is whatever, which is nothing because at the end of the day, well, he's a short guy, not he's one of the biggest names in Hollywood. So look at him as a short, big man of Hollywood. That's the way I look
Literally.
at
And what he's accomplished in the way that he's done it, you know what I mean? Because
it.
I think about when you talk about my career and how I've been building, it's such a blessing to hear it in that way because, like from 16 to 32 now, 16 years in this industry, it's a long roller coaster of ups and downs and figuring out, okay, can I sustain it or should I pivot and do something else? Right. Kev went through that. Kev was doing stand up. Kev had his soul
Right.
playing and 40-Year-Old Virgin and had these iconic scenes in movies and
Yeah.
then had some fall. And then all of a sudden, he kept working and then he had the stand-up specials go and then Think Like a Man too. And the next thing you know, he's doing movies with The Rock and then cementing his own box office ability. So,
Right.
I follow in those footsteps and I appreciate all those people who paved the road. And one thing that Kev and The Rock have in common too is they're just nice guys. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
one thing I can say about everybody who I've been working with on this show is they're all good humans. And it's nice to see good humans win. and are also talented. You know what I mean? So it's been a beautiful experience, and I'm hoping that from your lips to God's ears, I keep paving the tracks, keep paving a path of building to the next level. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you something, man. You said it right on the nose. It's nice to see. It's nice. It's great to see nice humans win. You're obviously a nice human, a talented human, and a great guy to boot. And we're all looking forward to seeing Half Baked 2 coming out April 16th, video on demand. And then, guys, definitely follow this guy on IG, because after that, we're going to check him out in Muhammad Ali. But don't forget to look at the Disney Channel, the movies he's been on. Obviously, Saved by the Bell reboot that you can watch on Peacock. And Dexter, it's been an awesome time having you on FaceTime with Todd Wharton, brother. Thank you for being here.
It's been an honor to be here, bro. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for using your platform to just spread such positivity, fun humor, but also giving some shout outs to people who deserve it. So I appreciate you.
And I appreciate you. Thank you, brother. So don't go away, everyone, because coming right back is People's Emerging Artist to watch out for. Hayes Warner, she's going to be here performing a hit song, Breadcrumbs. So stick around.
What is the rarest, most mythical weed? I give to you, Biblica.
There's no way that's real.
We can sell the out of this weed. Raise the money we need to move out of my mom's house.
No smoking weed.
Got it. Just edibles.
No!
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
That Biblica is good, right?
Oh my God, you're a drug dealer.
No! I mean, technically. The guy who sent those packages, some scary-ass dude named Cheadle, a very powerful drug lord. Are you wearing a wire?
A what? A wire?
What is a wire? Love that show.
We are way in over our heads.
We'll be close by. You got nothing to worry about. They're gonna die.
All for one and one for all.
That's a lot stronger than the we used to smoke in 1998.
So here she is performing a hit song, Breadcrumbs. Here's People's Emerging Artists to watch out for, Hayes Warner.
Breadcrumbs, I pick one up just to find another in the front of your truck. That's not my glove. If you're gonna do it, could you clean your mess up? Look at the time. God, we've been doing this dance for a while. Death by microfractures. Rather we just shattered. Put it in the past. How can I when I'm still following tracks? They lead to the present. Here come all my questions. Where did you go and what did you do? And aren't you exhausted hiding the truth? Think that I bought it, you never knew. When you liar, leaving breadcrumbs, I pick one up just to find another in the front of your truck. That's not my glove. If you're gonna do it, could you clean your mess up? I promise you a clean slate to get the truth, the whole plate. But now it's far too late. I got a stomach ache. I know I've done everything I can do. Pressure cooker, I think the lid's coming loose. I feel crazy, searching for clues in your tone. Why do you sleep with your phone? Your messages know what I don't. I have the basis, you have the cake. And I'm getting sick with every taste. When you lie, leaving breadcrumbs, I pick one up just to find another in the front of your truck. That's not my glove. If you're gonna do it, could you clean your mess up? I promise you a clean slate to get the truth, the whole plate. When it was far too late, I got a stomach ache. I thought that if you were honest, you'd be okay. But now I know, and I'm nauseous. In the end, it's kind of funny. Waited so long for a sorry. Breadcrumbs, I pick one up just to find another in the front of your truck. That's not my glove. you're gonna do it, could you clean your mess up? I promise you a clean slate to get the truth, the whole plate. But now it's far too late. I got a stomach ache.
So I just want to take a moment and thank my guest, Dexter Darden, and of course my musical guest, Hayes Warner, for being on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. Guys, when you get a moment, definitely follow these two amazing artists on all social media platforms. I hope you enjoyed this episode, because you know I did. But until the next time, everyone, if you're not living the passionate life, it means life you live. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.